Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan. Let's begin with the top stories this hour. Foreign investors more attracted towards investing in the country's physical infrastructures. Investment agreement forged in 15 development projects. Role of a majority of Nepalese diplomatic agencies in foreign countries ineffective in the investment summit. Investors from USA and other leading economies do not show up. 88% of the country's water resources wasted due to lack of clear policies on utilization. Only India reaping benefits from the underground water in the Tarai region. And Delhi Capitals stunned Kolkata Knight Riders in super over in the Indian Premier League. Punjab too good for Mumbai Indians. Foreign investors have expressed willingness for investment on just 17 projects from among the 77 tabled by the government. Foreign investors have shown interest in 7 projects of transport infrastructures, 4 of the energy sector, 3 from agricultural infrastructures and 2 from the education sector. The investment board has not disclosed the investment requirement of these projects.
This application up to April 20, but we already received till today with the deposit of government, even revenue here in the Beno, its number is 17. We are committing, the government will further deepen policy reform. It is continuing process. We will bring more potential and investable project covering additional sectors, additional all provinces, all areas.
Investors did not express their interest in many of the projects as they were presented by the government merely on the basis of desk studies, as sound feasibility studies were not carried out. Agreements were reached for 15 projects in addition to those put forth by the government. Chaudhary Group has forged agreements with several foreign companies on solar plants, 5G network and multipurpose projects. Agreements were also reached for the special economic zone in Simera, Bara and the 164 megawatt capacity Kaligandaki Gors project. Investment has been assured for the 900 megawatt Arun 3rd Hydel project. The project, which is being constructed by Indian company Settlers, will be jointly funded by the State Bank of India, Nabil Bank and Everest Bank. International Financial Corporation IFC has declared of injecting 110 billion rupees in investment in Nepal. The summit was participated by 735 foreign investors from 40 different countries. With the objective of attaining the ambition of economic prosperity, the government held the investment summit, which was attended by the participants of more than 40 nations. However, no investors from the economic powerhouse, the United States of America, were present at the summit. Likewise, there was notable absence of investors from industrial nations, including Germany and France, among others. Their indifference at the investment summit has raised serious questions on the role and responsibilities of the Nepalese embassies and ambassadors in those respective countries. There are 3 government-funded Nepalese missions and other sub-missions in the United States of America. However, the state prioritized investment summit did not witness any participation from the USA. Nepalese embassies with residential facilities in 30 countries and 5 consulates in 3 nations are all funded by the government of Nepal. However, the presence of embassies and ambassadors in countries other than India and China did not really create a positive impact for the investment summit. It is the basic responsibility of the Nepalese missions abroad to assist in the government prioritized campaign for national benefit. But the investment summit did not witness participation of representatives from economic giants. The finance minister of Myanmar was the highest ranking delegate at the investment summit, which was participated by representatives from 40 countries. The absence of internationally recognized investors, multinational corporations and political figures has raised questions on the capabilities, roles and significance of Nepalese missions abroad. Using all the connections for appointment as ambassadors and making speeches of economic diplomacy, but failing to play any role in making the investment summit a success has clearly shown that the ambassadors are more engaged in fulfilling their personal interest and ambitions than working for the best interest of the country. Former finance ministers and leaders of opposition parties have advised the government to force a conducive environment for investment by carefully determining foreign investors and the sectors of industrial intervention. They said that the government should ease the investment process on priority basis, citing that every country that participated in investment summit might not live up to their commitment for investment. The former ministers have stressed on the need of the government's initiatives so as to materialize the concerns and pledges made by foreign investors in the summit. Nepali Congress leader and former urban development minister Narayan Khadga said the government would still need to go through a number of challenges in terms of bringing in anticipated foreign investments.
कूटनीतिक नियोगका प्रमुखहरु छन् कुरा गर्छन् के छ तिमीलाई के लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि उनीहरुले सबै भित्रको आन्तरिक समस्या सबै भन्छन् त्यसकारण यो सब कुराहरुको लागि त्यो हचुवाको भरमा हतार गर्न आवश्यक थिएन खडप्रसाद जीको अझै पनि 2-3 वर्ष टाइम छ हैन अब भर्खर 1 वर्ष सकिएर अगाडि बढ्दै हुनुहुन्छ भनेदेखि अर्को 2 वर्षपछि सारा तयारीका साथ गरे भनेदेखि उहाँकै कार्यकालमा हुन्थ्यो होला.
Likewise, former Finance Minister Surendra Pandey said that the government should take the foreign investors' concerns as an opportunity and put in genuine efforts to implement and facilitate their pledges.
सम्भावित सम्भव भएका चाहिँ जो साच्चै लगानी गर्न इच्छुक छन् र लगानी गर्नेवाला छन् भन्ने कुरा पत्ता लगाएर उसँग चाहिँ बढी गहिरो सम्बन्ध राखेर कुराकानी गर्नुपर्छ. यो 600-650 जो मान्छे आछन् त्यसमध्ये 10 हो कि 12 हो कि 15 हो कि 18 हो यी मान्छेलाई छनौट गरेर यिनीहरुसँगको कुरा चाहिँ बढी घनिष्ठ हुनु पर्यो, बढी गहिराईमा हुनु पर्यो, बढी सघन हुनु पर्यो. उनीहरुको मनमा उनीहरुको शंकामा रहेका कुराहरु यी हुन् यसरी चाहिँ हल गर्ने सोचाइ बनाएको छौं. यो हो हाम्रो बाटो. हिजोको कुराबाट तपाई चाहिँ नतर्सिनुस्.
Citing that the former investment summit was held without an adequate homework, the former ministers have expressed their confidence that the investment pledges could be materialized to a great extent this time around, also because some concrete agreements have been forged in this regard. Welcome back. 225 billion cubic meters of water flows through around 6,000 rivers in Nepal. Likewise, the government data has found 2 billion cubic meters of underground water in hills, with the figure standing at 10 billion cubic meters in the Tarai region. However, Nepal has only been able to make the best use of 12% of its water, while the remaining goes to waste. Energy Ministry's data show that 10 billion cubic meters of recyclable water exist in the Tarai region. If we are to add the rivers that flow in the rivers and the underground water in the hills and Tarai, around 237 billion cubic meters of water flows in Nepal each year. However, hardly 29 billion cubic meters of water is used in the agriculture sector. Industries use 500 million cubic meters of water, while the service sector uses only 100 million cubic meters. All of the used water volume amounts to just 12% of the total available in Nepal. Nepal's failure in making the best use of its water is benefiting the southern neighbor India. The total arable land in Nepal stands at 2,641,000 hectares. Of the total arable land, irrigation can be provided to 1,766,000 hectares, while 1,433,000 hectares do not have any access to irrigation facilities. Underground water can be used for irrigation in 443,000 hectares of land. Of the irrigated land, only 1/3 have access to water throughout the calendar. Absence of a sound plan with the government for the best use of available water has left the fertile land barren, while people are compelled to bear the brunt of the shortage of drinking water. The level of underground water in the Tarai is decreasing because of India. It is very important for the government to introduce a clear and effective program to ensure the best use of the available resources. The Central Investigation Bureau (CIB) has reached the Office of the Exam Controller to begin investigation on the leakage of question papers of the Secondary Education Examination (SEE). A team of CIB took information from Exam Controller Vishnu Prasad Adhikari, Deputy Controller Chetnath Sharma and other officials regarding the process of providing the question papers to the districts. The team inspected all the rooms of the office after receiving information from the officials. Question papers had leaked before the beginning of the exam in Province 2 on Thursday and Friday. The investigation team formed by the Education Directorate of Province 2 and the police have also carried out separate investigations in 7 districts, excluding Rautahat. Meanwhile, Education Minister Giriraj Mani Pokhrel has urged the agitated students who have taken it to protest against the postponement of the examinations to exercise restraint. Welcome back. The municipalities and rural municipalities have yet to perform in an efficient manner. The projects identified by them have also failed to gain momentum as expected. In this context, we had asked the locals of Kantipur municipality in Sankhwa Sabha regarding the nature of service delivery from the municipalities. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice.
1.5 घण्टा लाग्छ हाम्रो गाउँदेखि आउनलाई। अब नगरपालिकामा आउँदाखेरि आज 3 दिन भयो लगातार। अब कुनै खेर कर्मचारी कता जानुभयो, कता बिजी हुनुहुन्छ, कुनै खेर अब नेटको समस्या देखा पर्छ भन्छ। त्यही भएर काम आज पनि भएको छैन।
सानो बजेट थियो 40,000 को 2 महिना लागिसक्यो, अहिलेसम्म खै सिद्धिया छैन।
50% काम भयो भने 50% मा आएर रोकिन्छ। अब कहिले नेट छैन भन्दिने, कहिले कर्मचारी कता छु भन्दिने, कहिले हामी खाजा टाइम भनेर अब 1 घण्टा 1.5 घण्टा लगाइदिने। अब टाइममा फिक्स हामीले तोकेको काममा आउँदा कर्मचारी भइकन काम नहुने।
आशा अनुरूपको काम भएन। हाम्रा कामहरुमा ढिला सुस्ती हुने र विकास निर्माणका कामहरुमा खासै नयाँ संरचनाहरुको निर्माण नगरिएको र पुरानै संरचनाहरुलाई निरन्तरता दिएको परिस्थिति छ।
And it's now time for a segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why has Nepal failed to garner utmost benefits despite having plenty of water resources? Your options are A, lack of proper plan, B, inadequate capacity, and C, indifference. The voting for the question is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And now time for sports update. Manchester United defeated Watford 2-1 at the English Premier League last night. In the match played at United's home ground Old Trafford, Marcus Rashford scored in the 28th minute to give Manchester United a 1-0 lead. In the second half, Anthony Martial doubled United's lead by scoring in the 72nd minute. Abdoulaye Doucouré scored a consolation goal for Watford in the 90th minute to cut the deficit to 2-1. With last night's 2-1 win over Watford, Manchester United have climbed to the 4th spot of the league table with 61 points. Meanwhile, Watford are in the 9th position with 43 points. In other English Premier League matches played yesterday, Manchester City blanked Fulham 2-0, Southampton defeated Brighton 1-0, Crystal Palace blanked Huddersfield 2-0, Burnley took care of Wolves 2-0, while Leicester City brushed aside Bournemouth also with an identical 2-0 victory. And before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories one more time. Foreign investors are more attracted towards investing in the country's physical infrastructures. Investment agreement forged in 15 development projects. Role of a majority of Nepalese diplomatic agencies in foreign countries ineffective in the investment summit. Investors from USA and other leading economies do not show up. 88% of the country's water resources wasted due to lack of clear policies on utilization. Only India reaping benefits from the underground water in the Tarai region. And Delhi Capitals stun Kolkata Knight Riders in Super Over in the Indian Premier League. Punjab too good for Mumbai Indians. And those were our latest headlines. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTVSD. Good day.